Surpresa! Hindi ko alam yan. Promise, BlogaPlay. Hindi ko alam yan.
Ha? Yun.
Sabihin, Peter Piper, Pika Peka, Pickle Pepper, Heteronormative. Dali. Sabihin mo! Sabihin mo!
So yun, what does it mean to be non-binary?
Perfect. Welcome to another episode of BlogaPlay. Alright, so let's move on.
Okay. So yun, what does it mean to be non-binary?
Perfect.
So,
Sige.
like, nung una ako tinanong nung question na to, I found it weird kasi parang, am I supposed to feel any different? And then, like, as I started living out my life, it does feel different. Like, there are days, like, yung outfit, gusto ko to tanggalin kasi hindi siya bagay sa outfit. There are days wherein I feel like, you know, maybe dresses are nice and stuff like that. But that's, it's stuck to, like, my gender expression. But more with, like, identity, I think it's just me being insecure with what I look like on most days. Kasi, there are days where I want to look so masculine, I want to look so scary, tas yung height ko 5'2".
Okay lang yan, Mi. Pag
Hindi
gusto mo
okay.
mag-scary,
Hindi
gano'n.
siya okay.
Ganon.
Gusto ko yung ganun. And then, there are days when I feel like looking feminine naman, tas ang veiny ng kamay ko, ganun. Parang, I think na stuck pa rin yung ulo ko sa yun. Gets mo naman?
Again, comment down below kung alam nyo yung sinasabi niya.
Yung mga norms sa hetero community, cis-het community. So, yeah, I feel like it's still like that. It's still like
Heteronormative.
Ha?
Heteronormative.
Yun.
Sabihin, Peter Piper, Pika Peka, Pickle Pepper, Heteronormative. Dali. Sabihin mo! Sabihin mo!
Hindi ko kaya. Heteronormative.
Ang gaya!
Okay. So yeah, I feel like it's still like that. So with being non-binary, it's a spectrum naman. It's not like every day I want to be like I'm a man. I'm feeling the effects of testosterone, and like some days it's like I'm a woman. Ganyan. It changes.
Our first meet at BlogaPlay.
I'm glad. Out na ako kasi hindi ko kasi nakabatch. Feeling ko na nag-college ako, grade 2 pa lang sila. Ang hirap. Anyway,
Anyways, ayun.
naiyak ako, wait lang. Naiyak ako, tanda ko na pala talaga.
Siguro, natin, because during that time, I really felt like I don't fit in the narrative of what it is to be a woman or to be a man. Kaya, I felt comfort and a solace sa identity na yon, sa non-binary. Because to be non-binary, by the way, is a gender identity. Hindi lang siya sexual orientation or expression. Whatever you express or whoever you love, if you feel like you're not a man or a woman, you're beyond cisgenderness or binary system, you are non-binary and you are valid. To me, being a non-binary is already revolutionary. Kasi the very moment that we question the binary system, we give avenue for everyone else to be whoever they want. Because we are so much more beyond the binary system and the heteronormativity there is. And it gives us an avenue to know more of ourselves, to exist alone. It poses a great question to that normativity, and it's okay to go beyond that normalcy.
Totoo yan. Kasi parang pag sinabi, ako I'm part of the LGBTQIA community, and when we talk to people like non-binary, when I met Ezra, you were transitioning to being non-binary, di ba? Parang sa Twitter, nagkausap kami, tapos doon siya nagsabi na non-binary siya. Tapos parang, I had to process it.
Yeah.
Kasi parang, wait, so how do I address Ezra?
Yeah.
Tinanong ko siya, I remember asking her, so, ano yung parang, how do you identify now? How am I supposed to address you? What are your pronouns? Tapos sinabi niya sa akin, mix na siya, which is MX. So parang with that, you have to just respect na yun yung pinipili nila na pronouns. Kasi hindi naman nila pinapakialaman yung buhay ninyo. Pag pinalitan pa nila yung gender identity nila, yayaman kayo or maghihirap pa kayo. Di ba hindi naman? Totoo yung revolutionary. Because, again, anything outside the norm of society, heteronormative, like what we said, it disrupts the system. And sometimes, disrupting the system talaga is what makes other people listen.
Yeah.
Kapag hindi nila alam yung nangyayari, di ba parang, makikinig nga ako kasi more often than not, kapag hindi nila naiintindihan, gusto nila maintindihan. And kapag pinaintindi mo na sa kanila, maririnig yung boses.
Yeah.
And that is nice actually. That you are setting example to our viewers to always ask pronouns, to try to educate ourselves. Because yung effort to educate people about the marginalized sectors, and hindi siya gawain lang ng nasa margins, kundi natin din as civilized citizens.
Totoo.
Kaya always ask pronouns and try to learn more of our...
And siguro just to give a quick tip lang, when you're asking somebody from the LGBTQIA or generally kung sino mang mamimit ninyo, una tanungin nyo muna kung ano ba yung intention mo, bakit mo tatanungin. Kung ang intention mo para magtanong ng pronouns ay para ma-address siya ng tama, para hindi siya ma-offend, then go for it. Pero kung ang intention mo ay questionin kung ano yung sasabihin niya, wag mo na lang ituloy.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi yun makakatulong, bes. Diba? Kung sabi nga natin, kung hindi yung obvious answer yung isasagot mo after ibigay sa'yo yung isang bagay or sabihin sa'yo isang bagay, wag mo na ituloy. Kasi sabi ni Erica, kung may is correct, is wrong, is mali. So, X yun, mami.
Also,
diba?
I wanna add up, like, different din yung mga non-binaries. Like me, in my case, I'm okay with like being called sir, ma'am, ate, kuya, kiyate, kahit ano. But like, there are some non-binary people who stick to just like mix and they, them. So, it varies talaga.
Yes. Again, SOGIE, comment down below kung gusto. Ang dami nyo na i-comment down below. Pag nakita naman yung video, tapos walang comment sa baba, naku talaga! Charing. Hindi. If you are interested in getting to know more about SOGIE or having a SOGIE episode, please do let us know. Kasi we're more than willing to do a SOGIE SC kinembot for you guys. Alright, so down to our last question. Papabunutin ko natin ate. Magandang dilag. Magandang dilag.
Ako yung magka-close.
Oo, ikaw yung magko-close.
For the
Bilang ako yung
pressure.
nag-open. For the pressure.
Interesting. Ganda ng question. Feeling ko para talaga to sa akin.
Naniniwala ako kung para sa'yo, para sa'yo.
Alright, so the question goes this way. Just Q&A talaga. Do all trans people need to transition to be considered transgender?
Oh, di ba makinig kayo, Mi? Kasi, again, siguro to jump off lang din, importante to, I'll shut up, ako personally, because hindi naman ako trans. So, I don't know how to explain it properly. I'll give you the floor. But siguro also jump off as to one, what's the difference? Kasi medyo may mga questions like what's transsexual, what's transgender, or ano ba talaga yung tamang, what you go through.
And thank you for giving that platform for us to actually have this, genuine representation.
Kasi more often than not, ano talaga, this is a question. Even ako, I have friends who are Miss Trans Global, sila yung mga sila Ate Janly and whoever, just to name a few. Si Nicole, basta marami kong friends na trans. And iba-iba yung story, iba-iba din. So, yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Albiean.
Well, firstly, siguro, just have introduction to what is transitioning. So what they mean with this question is yung gender-affirming hormone therapy, which is previously known as HRT or hormone replacement therapy. Pero di na siya ginagamit yung phrase na yun, yung HRT, dahil it only applies to, like for example, those menopausal women. And they're trying to replace their hormones. But it is not a replacement of hormones because it is something that we are affirming. We are not trying to be something else, but we are affirming our identity.
Okay.
Because a lot of trans people go through gender-affirming hormone therapy because they experience gender dysmorphia or gender dysphoria, wherein they don't feel comfortable with their bodies that is not aligned to their gender identity. So ayun, merong ganoon talaga na narrative sa trans community. That is a reality for trans people. And that is also why a lot of trans people undergo gender-affirming hormone therapy so that they can feel better mentally rin as because it also affects their mental health when they have gender dysphoria. But then, as you have said earlier, there are a lot of narratives for trans people, and largely affected pa rin siya ng kung ano yung persistence sa ating system. So for example, yung what we have in the present setting ngayon sa ating healthcare system na very not that inclusive still, not that sensitized, and not that expansive to a demographic that will cover a lot of trans people. Kaya a lot of trans people still has no access to free gender-affirming hormone therapy and even the consultation. And even if we have efforts coming from NGOs to have free consultations and treatment, to have these acronym for gender-affirming hormone therapy, yung certain na pagpapacheck up still, it is still magastos. Kaya marami pa rin yung hindi nakakapag-proceed sa kanilang hormone therapy dahil sa inaccessibility rin, tsaka sa finances.
And aminin natin, generally, ang healthcare dito sa Pilipinas, hindi siya maganda, pangalawa, hindi siya affordable, hindi siya budget-friendly. So, I think, totoo din yun, kasi I remember Ate Nicole and Ate Janly saying na hindi lahat talaga may access and mahal daw talaga siya. Even the pills, even whatever, it's expensive. And hindi porket hindi nila kayang gawin yung GAT or mag-hormone therapy or like GAT, hindi na sila trans.
Yeah.
So, again, hindi kasi friendly talaga sa public daw talaga yung healthcare natin, kaya daw hirap.
That is one major aspect. And another aspect then is that some trans people actually don't feel like they had to transition or they have to undergo certain surgeries to be considered valid of their identity. So, hindi lahat ay nakaka-experience ng gender dysmorphia and dysphoria. Merong mga comfortable sa katawan nila. Because at the end of the day, yung ating womanhood, yung ating personhood is valid the moment we are born.
Narinig nyo yon. Kung hindi nyo narinig, di hindi. I-replay nyo. 15 seconds ago, maririnig nyo ulit yun. Pero, also to affirm din, Ezra, ang sinasabi mo, yun yung natutunan ko kay Ate Mela, Habidjan. Sinabi din niya na yung previous identity niya na si Eric, nandun pa rin daw. Kinikilala pa rin daw ni Ate Mela yung previous identity niya. And like what you said, hindi daw niya parang need mag-transition. Parang okay na siya with her gender expression and all, but she still identifies as trans. And as a trans woman. So parang, ang ganda kasi yun din, ulitin lang namin, hindi lahat ng trans automatic nag-flip yung gender orientation nila or sexual orientation or whatnot. Tandaan po ninyo, ang SOGIE, it's a spectrum. And iba-iba yon. Hindi porket trans woman ka or trans man ka automatic na homosexual ka or whatnot. Again, guys, this is a very sensitive topic, even inside the LGBTQIA community. And it takes a lot of feeling ko respect, at the same time understanding, and totoong yung genuine willingness to learn about the spectrum talaga. Kasi like siya, you said that you identify as pansexual.
Yes.
So she's a trans woman, but she's also pansexual. So it doesn't necessarily mean na automatic she's just attracted to men. She's attracted to everyone. Diba? I'm a homosexual man, but I'm cisgender. So, again, marami yon. Kung what it is like to be trans, or at least na-affirm mo sa kanila yung ginagawa to transition and whatnot.
Siguro add ko lang din, ayun, it's really nice na nasabi mo yun, to be genuine na maging naaralin yung community, to be genuine allies to one another. And it also entails integration, knowing our stories. Basta iba-iba yung narratives ng trans people. So, ayun, going back to to that, we should also question what it is ba to be a woman, what it is to be a man, or what it is to be a person in this patriarchal and colonial society. Kung saan very constrained yung idea nila sa womanhood into hyperfemininity, which in fact hindi naman siya yun yung ganoong persistent na expectations when it comes to even the straight woman, and heterosexual cisgender woman. Kasi even cisgender women can be masculine, can be not too hyper feminine, ganon, and still be valid of their womanhood. And all of these are still inflicted to us by the colonial beauty and beauty standards.
That's true.
And even before colonial period, meron na tayong mga gender diverse and trans in essence mga trans trans identities even before they have colonized us. For example, Babaylan, Two-Spirit, Catalonans, and there were no transitions during that time.
Exactly.
So, but they are considered valid.
Totoo. Basta tandaan ninyo, you guys are valid no matter how you identify yourself in the SOGIE spectrum.
Yeah.
Everybody is valid.
You are valid and beautiful.
Oo. And please guys, ito seryoso to, stop putting everybody in boxes. Hindi lang sa SOGIE or sa gender or sa whatever. Might it be like, let's say, sa preference, di ba hindi pwedeng parang nararattle tayo kapag hindi natin ma-identify siya properly or ma-label yung isang bagay properly. So, mas maganda if we stop putting people or forcing people into boxes kasi it makes the society a lighter and a more accepting and kind society to live in.
That's true.
Diba? Nako! Wag niyo ako hinahamon. Magsasabi ko ng
Right.
Nang away pala. Oo, Bardagul pala tayo. Hindi, pero maraming salamat guys. Kasi, again, pag nakita niyo, hindi pa kami tapos. Pero kasi ang haba na ng discussion namin. Maraming salamat Albian. Maraming salamat Ezra. And maraming salamat Blogapalooza, BlogaPlay, BlogaFam sa lahat ng nanonood sa amin for always supporting the LGBTQIA community, for being an ally. We just want a better world to live in. And before I let you guys go, please do tell our BlogaFam where they can follow you and subaybayan ng inyong journey sa social media world. Ganyan.
Hi, at Ezra_Mane on Twitter, and then Ezra Mane on other social media platforms.
Back.
You can follow me in all social media platforms at Albiean Revalde. So yung spelling ng Albiean medyo nakakalito.
Ipa-flash natin.
Right, ayan.
Nandito yan.
Ayan.
So ayan, yun na siya. Standard for all.
Yeah, and again, my name is Chal. At Hey, it's Chal. Ipa-flash na lang din nila dito. Diba? And again, that's it for our fishbowl question episode here in BlogaPlay. If you want to watch for more episodes or if you want to suggest other episodes, please feel free to do so. Comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe sa BlogaPlay. So maraming salamat. Happy Pride mga bakla!
Right.